If you want to get an A in your English writing exam, you can use the technique of repetition to make your writing more effective. Repetition is when you repeat a word, a phrase, or a sentence close by to have its impact, intent, effect to be more clear and memorable. It's everywhere in our culture, like in phrases, time after time, heart to heart, over and over, home sweet home. It's in movies. My name is Bond, James Bond. Like, you could have just said, my name is James Bond, but you see how different that impact was? Or in movies, when they are having a fight, they would go, "You're talking to me? You're talking to me? You're talking to me?" Like, they could have just said that once, but saying that 3 times makes it more intimidating. So it is to emphasize the feeling and mood of a scene, and it's also about rhythm and pace. Like, one way I like to look at it is that when I'm reading, a little movie is playing in my head, right? And when I want the camera to move, when I want things to move, I repeat. Let me give you an example. Okay, I'll give you 2 sentences. The first one without repetition and the second one with repetition, and you tell me how you feel, right? First sentence: spiders crawled out from behind the cupboard. Quite scary, but look at the second sentence. Spiders, spiders, and more spiders crawled out from behind the cupboard. Right? The second one births this image in your mind of like so many more spiders, and they're moving and moving closer to you, right? And so that's what I mean by like making it more impactful and making the pace faster as well. Another horror example, right? The room was closing in on her inch by inch by inch. This makes it feel like the room is a monster, like a living, breathing, sentient creature that is moving closer and closer, like dun, dun, to make this claustrophobic space for your main character. Repetition, it works. If you think about it, we use repetition and affirmation when we look in the mirror and say, "I am kind, I am smart, I am beautiful." The "I am" is a phrase that we are repeating to increase the impact of the situation, because saying "I am kind, smart, beautiful" is not the same, right? So think about it in terms of your story. Say you want to describe your bad guy. The monster was tall, huge, and fast. Instead of that, let's break down the descriptors and do what we did for the affirmations, right? Repeating its first phrase. The monster was tall. The monster was huge. The monster was fast. The monster was on our tail. Like that really slows the scene down, the pace down for us to understand clearly how scary the situation is, and it really builds that tension. So you can try doing this kind of sentence structure repetition as well. So you can repeat words, you can repeat phrases, you can repeat sentences. If you've learned something new, give me a follow, give me a like, and tag your friends so we can learn together.